All right, we're here with Van Smith, head football coach at Pace High School, and we talked before about this. Obviously you played at Pace. This was a dream play and coach under your dad for many years and taking the job. And you had said it was just you were ready for it, but it was a surreal feeling. You didn't fully feel like it was your thing. But now that you've gotten into fall camp, how much more does it feel like? Does it feel real and feels like feel right to you?
Every day it feels more and more real.
Yeah.
Once you get into it, man, it's just, you're just trying to find a way to get your kids ready and prepare. And so there's really not a whole lot of time to sit and kind of reminisce or think about what's going on. You just kind of got to go to work.
All right. Coming off a terrific season. I mean, last
Yeah,
2 years,
yeah.
really, and
Yeah.
then last year 10-2. How much momentum is there with this program right now as you're taking it over?
There's a lot. Our kids are used to winning, and the senior class now and the junior class, they grew up winning, which makes a big difference because they got a little bit of swagger about themselves. We try not to talk about last year a whole lot. We've kind of turned the page on that. But the kids are resilient and they believe in what we're doing, and that goes a long way. Just that belief and them being winners and used to winning, it allows them to respond to adversity, which is real big.
Okay, when you start looking at strengths with your team, you obviously got to look at the offensive line, who you have there.
Yeah.
Multiple D1 guys there, starting with Grant Wise. Just how special, how dominant of a unit can that be this year?
They can be really good. They've had a great offseason, had a great spring, having a great fall camp. And they're the backbone of what we're trying to do. And they know that and they realize that. When I took the job, I told them, hey, we're going to try to get the rest of the team to have our mindset as an offensive line. And they're any good offensive lineman is going to be unselfish, and I think that kind of rubs off on some of the other guys. But, man, they're so important to what we're trying to do, and I lean on them a lot to help lead, and they're doing a great job.
Specifically with Grant, the Clemson commit, what's so special about him? What makes him such a great player?
He's special and he's different. There's a lot of compliments I could give Grant. One, and I always tell him that I've never seen him take a play off, whether it be in a game, in practice. He never misses a rep in practice. Last year he got banged up. He was literally coming off the field after series and he's in tears. He's in so much pain and never tapped out. And then that week in practice, never missed a rep in practice. So he's extremely special, and I think the biggest thing is everybody looks to him because he is very highly touted as an offensive lineman, and deservingly so. But he works. He's the hardest worker in the program, and so when he says something that it carries weight because the kids know that he's living what he's preaching, and so he's just so special as a football player. And just as a young man, and extremely excited for his future.
And you got a good guy running behind that line, Mikael Williams, back for you this year. How dangerous of a guy is he? And then what do you see maybe on his next step and what he can do this year?
Kale is a special player also, and we got to find ways to utilize his talents and abilities. He catches the ball really well, so we're going to try to use him in the passing game also. But the thing with Kale is last year with Ben, he kind of split carries, but he's going to have to carry more of the load, and I think he's ready to do that. He had a great offseason. We just got to keep him healthy, and I'm excited about the year that he's going to have.
All right, quarterback Ben was a quarterback for you last year, but he's moved on now. So who's stepping in for you, quarterback?
Brooks Washington is playing quarterback. He started for us at receiver last year. Brooks is special. And I didn't really know exactly how elusive he was until we started fall camp and kind of let him go. But he can make things happen. And when he improvises, he's probably the best. He reminds me of when Johnny Manziel was at Texas A&M. He's that kind of guy. And he's a competitor, and he's tough. And I figured that out last year because in our offense, receivers have to block. And that little joker blocked his butt off all year. So I know he's tough, man. The kids He's a leader. He's trying to work on that and is doing a good job with that. And the kids believe in him. We believe in him. So excited about the year he's going to have.
All right, defensively, you got 7 starters back. You know,
Yep.
what do you feel like the strength's going to be there, and who are the guys you're looking to really be the standouts?
Well, I think the strength is our secondary. Those guys have played a lot of football. They're getting better every single day, and excited about our ability to defend the pass. And linebacker wise, we got Bowen Org that came back that started for us last year. Noah Hamlin, who moved in, who is a really, really good football player. We scrimmaged last night, made a lot of plays, but he's the real deal, and so excited to have him. And then defensive line wise, we've got some inexperience there. We've got some experience back, but those guys are getting better every single day, and they know that it's important. They're a very key piece to our defense, and so excited about the year they're going to have also.
When you look at the schedule, another tough schedule, and then as you work towards district and facing Tate and Crestview and all them, and Navarre, what are the challenges with the schedule, and how do you like kind of what you're facing as you kind of work through it?
Well, it's a tough schedule. Yeah. There's no doubt about it, and it gets real right off the bat because we have to travel to Mary G. Montgomery outside of Mobile, and they're very, very talented. We saw them at South Alabama 707. They've got a lot of guys back. But, just as a program, we preach to the kids, man, we're going to try to win the day and attack the day. And so as far as, this game, we've circled this one. I honestly can say we haven't talked anything about other than we're trying to get better every single day. And we're going to focus on the process and trust it and hope that leads to success.
All right, finally, I'm asking all the coaches about the transfer landscape right now. It's pretty crazy. I mean, everybody going all places at any time, mirroring what's going on in college.
Yeah.
How do you try to handle that? And then is this good for the game?
Whether or not it's good for high school sports, it'd be hard to argue it is, I think. As far as, running a program, I think you just have to treat it where you want to create a program that kids want to be a part of. And, we as coaches love on our kids, and they know that we appreciate them. But I told mine that when I took over, hey, if you don't want to be here, you're free to leave and go somewhere else. And, luckily we haven't lost anybody. But, it is what it is. As coaches, there's not a whole lot that we can do to fix it. They kind of open that floodgate, and I don't see it getting closed anytime soon. So, we worry about the guys that we've got. We're not going to go out and recruit or anything like that. We're going to coach the guys that we have, and try to create a program that the kids want to be a part of.
Okay, thanks, fans. Good
luck
this year.
Thank you, Steve.
Yeah,
Appreciate it, man.
And somebody do work.